Today we are going to talk about a boy named Muhammad. And Muhammad was 15. I'm going to say that again. He was 15 and he lived in Turkey. He was an apprentice for a carpentry wood shop. And I guess a couple of his fellow employees thought that it would be a prank to physically hold him down, remove his pants, and put an air compressor hose in that area. And this young man passed away from his injuries from them doing that. There was two people held down. Two people were holding him down. They came out with the name of one. The other one they haven't came out with. They just called him a friend. Okay, that's no, that's not a friend. I'm just at a loss because to me, this is not a prank. They either meant to do this because they didn't like him, or they were really that dumb that they thought that this was going to be funny and that he wouldn't be hurt. Which, why would you think he wouldn't be hurt? I mean, listen, I worked in a factory and we had air compressors, and those things are very powerful. I don't know why anyone would think that they could do this to somebody else and there not be any damage. But 5 days later, Muhammad passed away. And I know this happened in Turkey. I know there's been a couple other creators that did some commentary about this. I haven't heard about it a whole lot, but just like a couple of different ones. And they were showing some of their comments, and some of their comments said, well, that's in Turkey, not in the US. It doesn't matter where it is. What does it matter? Where it's at? It happened. This boy was 15 years old. I don't know what the rules are over there. Obviously, they're probably different from here. But 15 to me is too young to be an apprentice in a workshop like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I feel about it. And obviously, something terrible happened to him because he was trying to learn a trade to support himself. The thing with it being in Turkey, okay, it was in Turkey, not in the United States, and it doesn't matter. But it kind of reminded me of like the hazing rituals. Do you remember that? Like years ago when there were several different colleges for the fraternities there got in trouble because of hazing rituals, which is when somebody wants to be in a frat and they're hazed, they're made to do all kinds of uncomfortable things, be in uncomfortable situations, do gross stuff in order to earn their way into the fraternity that they want to be a part of, possibly, maybe. And there were several instances of young men succumbing to alcohol overdose because they were forced to drink too much and they passed. Now, why is it that both in Muhammad's instance and the hazing fraternity instances, why was it that no other man around, not in Muhammad's case, not in the hazing ritual, there's lots of other men around, why did nobody, not one, stand up for these guys? Not one person said this isn't right, we have to stop this. Nobody at all. Nobody, because they were all cowards. They all just went along. And I will tell you that if a man won't stand up for another man when he sees something like this going on, they definitely don't care about women. And they've proven that time and time and time and time again. Y'all won't even protect your own, much less us. What do you guys think about this? Love you. Bye.